Hello, everybody, and welcome to this brand new episode of Media Buffet. Today I am joined by our fellow host, Mercury, and today we will talk about a topic that is very beloved within my agency, X-Men 97, the brand new series on Disney+. Seems special, huh?
Thank you, Pancakes, for bringing over the mouse hammer and fucking annihilating our entire channel. Anyways, yeah, we are discussing X-Men 97 and the first season of it, and there's more coming soon, hopefully, maybe. But yeah, no, we are officially finally covering X-Men 97. Just putting it out there. You're saying, this is the second episode. If you missed it last time, this is the second episode of that I'll be gone officially. I'll be in Japan. That sounds cool, yeah. I'm officially now in Japan. I'm not in Japan. Like I'm recording this a bit before. I'm officially out of America, but I am, in fact, as you're listening to this, as this is coming out, in Japan. But if you're listening to this like after, in June and July, I'm back here again. I'm in the same fucking place I've been for 5 million years. Anyways, so yeah, we are discussing X-Men 97, and there's not much to say about that, but beforehand. So I think we should. Oh yeah, wait, no, I gotta mention this. So I know this is Marvel Studios and all that, and we still have not caught up with the MCU, but this isn't MCU. X-Men 97 is a continuation of the X-Men, the animated series. And that means that the podcast doesn't have to stop. It doesn't have to wait for us to cover this show, because this show has no MCU ties at all. Right, Kevin Feige? No MCU ties. Don't do it. Anyways, yeah, let's just begin. So, Pancakes, we're gonna start off with. Please don't do the Mickey Mouse voice all episode.
What do you mean, Mercury? This is just me. The hell?
You're not even trying anymore. Anyways, yeah, let's begin. Let's start where we always start. The animation and the action. This is honestly phenomenal. You know, this is before, but yeah. The only animated series I watched. No, I'm wrong about that. I was watching a Bad Batch or the thing, but during my time. Pretty much binging all of Ruby at once, in between around 2 weeks. I had forgotten what good animation looks like, and when those final episodes of X-Men 97 came out, I was reminded that animation looks fucking fantastic, and this show looks fucking fantastic. Like, goddamn, this is a beauty. The animation is so good. Like when I was watching the trailer, I was like, "Is this 3D?" It's not 3D. It's 2D. It's 2D that kind of looks like 3D because of how the. Sometimes it looks 3D, but not really. It's kind of weird. It's like 2D. It's almost like 2D looking like 3D, and the 3D sound looks like 2D. It's a bit weird, but I feel like it works. It's not that bad. it's not. I know that's not what they were going for here, but it's not. It's not. You know, if that's what it appears like, they did a very well job of not making it look like, I don't know. It's the animation looks great. Don't you agree, Pancakes? Come on, please.
It looks great. It actually does. It does that trick where it tricks you into thinking it's 3D, but it's 2D.
I feel like that's not what they were going for, because the frames is very much 2D, like it's 24 frames and not the like that's what no, it's like, I think 2D is less than 24 frames. But like it definitely looks and feels like 2D, but it's somehow like sometimes it looks 3D. And because the animation is so good, the action is even better. There are scenes that's like, holy shit. Like, just, you look at it like, wow, that's a good fight scene. And they do so much creative stuff with the characters during fights. Like when Gambit supercharges Wolverine's claws. That's awesome.
Yeah, it really shows that the animators had a field day with this show, because from what I heard, a great part of the actual production crew of X-Men 97 was purposely hired for their X-Men expertise. I don't know about that, but yeah, basically it's something that basically acts as its own quality control, because it ensures that only people who are truly invested in making the series great were the ones who worked on it.
So the studio that animated this this series is called Studio Mir, which is it's a South Korean studio. And they've animated other things such as Skull Island with Powerhouse Animation, but I think that was mostly Powerhouse. They've also animated My Adventure with Superman, and they animated. Let's see. Oh, they animated Legend of Korra.
Oh, cool.
So yeah. Like legitimately almost all of the episodes, except 13 to 18 and 21. That's the only ones they have not done. But they were there for legitimately all of the series. Oh, and they also animated Boondocks. They animated the Mortal Kombat Legends movies, like the first two Legends movies. They did an episode for Star Wars Visions. Like they're pretty stacked as a studio, and they made X-Men 97. They animated X-Men 97. So again, it's a Japanese studio. This is the Japanese. It's South Korean studio. It doesn't count as anime. No. But you know, it looks really, really good, and the action also looks really, really good. It's just awesome. It's just kind of awesome. I don't know what to really add aside from that. It's just really good. Like, you know, I think we're gonna leave it to that. Just it looks amazing, and there's so much they did with the series. It's just perfection, you know. Well, let's move on to the actual meat of the show. A little. So I had to split the characters into two different talking points, because there's so many characters.
Oh yeah,
There are a lot of characters, and that means that there's a lot of stuff to go over. And so we're gonna go in order of the order I put down here. So yeah, let's just go into it. So first up, we're gonna talk about the heroes, of course. I did put them in like I guess the importance. Like I remember like, them being important. There are some characters that aren't that I didn't put here that are in the show, but like are very prominent, like Wolverine. But Wolverine and okay, Wolverine. I forgot. I forgot what their name was. Fucking. Give me a second. Morph. Morph is in here. I didn't put Beast. I didn't put Bishop. Like like those characters. I don't. They weren't that important. We're gonna discuss later on, which is kind of weird saying the Wolverine isn't important, but whatever. Like he's gonna get a movie. Like, he's gonna get a movie. So let's just kind of dive in, right? So first up is Cyclops, and Cyclops is interesting to say the least. Where to start with Cyclops? Well, he unknowingly cheated on his wife. I guess. How does that work?
I didn't see all of the original series from '97, but
Oh, okay. Well, let's. I'm gonna talk about him. Okay, so Cyclops is. I would say I can say like how does that even work? It's a clone. Like man, I don't know. Cyclops is interesting. I do like his character here. It's very set up and like his character arc of him not wanting like him being trying to be the father that he wants to be. Like he wants to like a better father than his own father was, but not being let to legitimately not being let to be that father is very interesting, and he does deal with it and take a good way. And he is, he's actually kind of cool. I feel like he is one of the main characters of the show, and he's one of the ones that does drive the plot forward a lot. So like Cyclops does a lot of heavy lifting. He's got an interesting character arc. And I do like him, and which is like him coming to terms with Cable, like pretty much being his son. That's all like very interesting to see. But it was all very good. I'm still talking about what were you gonna say, Pancakes?
So I was saying, from what I can tell, I didn't watch all of the original '97 version of X-Men, but from what I can tell, they kind of went ahead and ruined some previous character arcs. I can't remember which characters, but some romances that were set up in the original completely being disregarded in this new version, and some like development traits from other characters like completely being disregarded, or things being inserted out of nowhere on this version. I'm not sure which character they applied to, but I heard some things relating to this version of X-Men '97.
Okay, thing is like Cyclops and Jean Grey have always had like a very shaky relationship, and that's very much captured in this series. And this series is not trying to be an X-Men like a Saturday morning cartoon. It's very much more mature than last time than the last one. So I sort of and like the character, it's not bad character writing. It's not like they forgot. It's that they sort of like they want to take it in a different direction, and they had to, they made it, part of the character. They had that character thing where they just, like, Cyclops and GK aren't the best relationship there is. They're just not, like, they're meant for each other, but it's not perfect, and you can't really expect perfection, like, in that. So very, very, very understandable. Like, I think these characters are very much they're sort of, they are fictional characters, but they all have very real problems, and that deals with what the X-Men are about, which is, it's a racism allegory. Like, this is a racism allegory. It's fucking DNA, like, it's not even that. It's just everything about the X-Men. It's not even like just racism. It's like all oppressed groups. But that is a lot of political. But that's what this series is about. We're gonna talk about that more in the plot, about the whole, like, the message of this, and it's very rooted in X-Men. But I hope that we do not get into a political argument, because, like I said, just talking about the themes and not just go into politics, because, again, like I said a million times, I think MediaFay does not allow political discussion.
Your mother.
You're the only one that fucking protests that, by the way, just saying.
Your father.
Anyways, yeah, Cyclops is very cool. I do like him, and his, like, character arc. I already discussed. I discussed that. So he's a great character. Let's move on to, I guess, two characters that are telling the same person: Jean Grey and Madeline Pryor, or the Goblin Queen, which is weird ass name. So this character arc for Jean Grey is in the comics, albeit, like, Madeline wears not as covering clothes, to put it lightly. She doesn't. If you think this one's revealing, boy, have you not seen her comic counterpart. But I feel it was very interesting to see Madeline, especially, going into dealing with the fact that she's a clone and trying to be her own person, and that, I feel like that, like, plot line, it felt a bit fast, and to be honest, it sort of felt like it felt almost unimportant. Like, Cable, sure, it helped for Cable, but that's Cable's plot line, not Madeline's. Cable is the son of Madeline and Cyclops, but, like, I feel like it's almost, like, not like it's barely brought up. It's very much a thing that's brought up a lot, but I don't know. They go into great effort to make Madeline and Jean different characters, just for them to almost, like, sometimes ignore it. And that's not, like, I don't know, like, it feels like they're going in a I don't know what direction they're really going in with Madeline. Madeline's supposed to be dead at this point, right? It's almost like sometimes I feel like Jean is trying to take Madeline's place as Cable's mother. It sometimes feel like, I know she discussed that she's not his mother. I remember that. It's been quite a while since I actually watched the series, because I don't rewatch series. I rarely do rewatch the stuff. but I do like I do remember that they do discuss that, but sometimes I feel like they kind of, for the sake of it, ignored it. What did you think about Jean Grey and Madeline?
I don't know. I think it's been she's been a character that has been fleshed out relatively well thus far. However, I do see the controversy as to how some people may object to like merely just Jean Grey in general, but not overall. I think Jean Grey is a character that has received pretty much, like I said, mixed reception all around.
Pancakes,
overall-
it's sorry to interrupt, but your mic is spiking on the SS. Oh, he's gone. Okay, well, so... What? Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so Jean Grey is a pretty good character. It did have to do a lot of, like, catching up because okay, the whole plotline with Madeline Pryor, I think, was done a bit quick, but I feel like the X-Men, like, that's kind of, that's kind of expected for with the X-Men 90s, the animated series. They did tell a lot of the things very quickly, and sometimes not really touch upon certain things. But yeah, no. I feel like her and Madeline's storyline could have used a little bit more fleshing out, than knowing each other. But I feel like Jean Grey, was well done, and her sort of coming to terms of what was her, and what was Madeline. I feel like that was well done, and well, Madeline becoming her own person, and just that kind of move on. I don't know, I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to feel about Jean Grey though. Like, I mean, it was well done, but sometimes she just kind of takes a bit of a pivot. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know what to feel about Jean Grey. Yeah, I guess she's good, Let's move on to another character. Small Pancakes in here to talk about Jean Grey. Oh yeah, Jubilee. I know that's my first. Why did I put Jubilee here? I mean, she does get her own like plot. I know why, but like I just kind of she just got her own plot. So Jubilee is sort of interesting. I say that for every character, but her little case is sort of interesting. I feel. So Jubilee. She's cool. Like she has a character arc. I guess it's. Mainly with Sunspot, which there's Pancakes. Hello, Pancakes. We're currently on Jubilee. We're currently talking about Jubilee.
Yeah.
The character
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't get you. I didn't get you for a second.
I was just saying that the character I put over like Wolverine and shit. That's kind of funny to me. But yeah, no, I was saying that she has her own like plot line with her having a love interest with Sunspot, which is definitely a choice they went with. Led to the worst episode of the goddamn season, but whatever.
I don't know. I don't see how that secondary plot line can work out. But if we leave Sunspot out of the equation and we just go with Jubilee, smash, first of all. But yeah, in all seriousness, I don't know. Jubilee for me as a character is either a hit or miss.
Pancakes, like I was saying, your mic is spiking on the S sounds.
Your mother.
You might want to turn down sensitivity. Just saying. It's hurting my ear.
So I'm probably jodiendo. I don't know, honestly.
Pancakes, your sensitivity is too high. Your mic sensitivity. The S's are hurting my fucking ears. Fix the fucking mic.
How about now?
Pancakes, for the fuck's sake, fix the mic.
I just asked if it's fixed.
No.
How about now?
Do an S.
Suck on my toes.
It's better, a bit better, but not good enough. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but you guys can hear the S, but I don't know. Turn it down just like not a lot more, like a moderate amount more. Okay, while you're fixing the mic, do an S. It's still spiking. It's
That's a
spiking
you
less.
problem.
It's not a me problem. It's. I don't know if you guys can hear the spike. Like, they'll complain about it. You know, like, let them complain. But okay. So Sunspot. Jesus Christ, it's gonna be hard from the fucking mic. I'm just gonna call him Roberto. Fuck it. Roberto. Is definitely could have had a better character arc. I feel like his turn at the end is sort of weird. Like, he turns on the X-Men, I feel like almost for no reason. Like, I feel like Rogue has more of a reason to want to do that. But sounds like Roberto is kind of like, fuck it, it sounds cool, I guess. But like, I don't know. Like, his mother was very much on board with him being a mutant. Like it wasn't. I just don't think. I don't know. I feel like Sunspot is like Roberto is one of the series' like less handled characters. She's not as well handled as he could have been. You know, Pancakes?
Yeah. I feel like they could have done certain things better.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, kind of disappointing to see like fucking the new member of the X-Men just not as handled as well as I think he should have been. I don't know. It's like the heroes aren't well handled. Like his again, Jubilee and Sunspot's romance together. It almost it almost just comes out of nowhere. Like they set it up a little, but it's pretty much resolved in a few episodes. All they need to do is get stuck in a video game, which again, fucking, I hate. I do not like Motendo /Life slash Life Death Part 1. Specifically the Nintendo part. Fucking hate that shit. But, you know, let's talk about a good character now. Cable. We're almost there to the... Cable is great. I feel like he's great. Like, I know he appears in the last season, but, like, in the first show, but we are now seeing him officially reveal his identity as Nathaniel. Nathaniel? No. It's Nate, right? Yeah, no. Nathaniel Summers. So, you know, like, just very cool and to see them to seem like this, and also, I like that he was like his stuff was tied into like canon, like absolute points, which are. I hate the word canon events. I really do. I fucking hate canon events with all my goddamn. You know, like with all my soul. I hate the word canon event. Like it means nothing now. Canon event to me means fucking nothing. Like actually. I don't know why. I don't know why. Canon event just stopped meaning stuff because canon event is a thing that that cannot that just has to affect every person. It's not just it's lost all meaning. It's not a thing that you can just pronounce as a canon event. You know, it's a thing that multiple versions of you have in common. Fucking hell, you're right. A canon event, we cannot decide what a fucking canon event is. What if my fucking canon event was like picking up a cup or buying a cup? What then? What if it's not fucking falling off a cliff or complaining about shit? What if it's me just fucking typing on a computer? What if that's my fucking? What if typing cock on my computer is my canon event? What then? It's not a. I don't fucking know. It's just something that happens in every. In every. I don't know why I'm going this tirade. It's just fucking stupid. People have ruined canon events. It doesn't even mean the same thing anymore. Anyways, absolute points, which is the thing that they set up in What If. And that's kind of cool. They tie it to that, and with the fact that he can't stop what happens to Genosha. Which should be said that canon events and absolute points are not the same fucking thing. You know, I love Cable here. He's great. Like, you know, I like his arc goes with Cyclops' arc not wanting to be the bad parent that his father used to be. It does go well with that, but Cable doesn't have the time to grow, I think, because I feel like that's gonna be saved more for season 2, because Cable comes in very late. So, what do you think about Cable Pancakes?
I think Cable's a very useful. Cable is a very great character in the sense that he bears the name, the likelihood to something that we use in our daily lives. That amalgamation of copper and electricity that we use to connect our favorite electric appliances.
Serious?
I just love Cable.
You could have also made the joke about Cable being, you know, like, oh yeah, I love watching Cable. You missed opportunity there, but whatever, right? I think we said all about Cable, so let's move on to, I guess, the character with one of the most interesting arcs of the show, Rogue. So...
My favorite Sonic character.
That's Rouge. Dumbass.
Same shit.
It's not. It's... Okay, Rouge is red in French. You should know this.
I know
speak
Rouge is
French.
red in French. Je sais que
Anyways,
je parle vous français. Je sais que je parle vous français. Mais les rouges et les rouges en français. Mais rouge en les soniques et qualifiante. Tu n'entends pas.
no. Yeah, it's Rouge
j'ai-
in Sonic.
Désolé. Désolé. N'est pas qualifiant. Rouge et chaud.
I don't know if you've attracted or distanced or like alienated all like 3 of our French viewers. Anyways, so Rogue is, to talk about actually Rogue has, I think, the most interesting arc of the series, with her having ties with Magneto, which is certainly
Fais-moi confiance. Je l'ai divin à dire.
fucking English, or Spanish. I don't really care.
Non.
A language I can understand.
Tu n'entends pas français?
No.
Tu n'entends pas français?
No. None. Rogue. Okay, the French bit is done now. You can stop. Rogue,
Too stupid.
cool.
Anyways, yeah.
I like what they did with Rogue, especially after Gambit died and she went on the fucking rampage and did, an actual, did an actual like bad thing and did set the Prime Sentinels. In nothing new about the Prime Sentinels, but she did. She was definitely a character that did a lot of stuff and I did understand her when she joined with Magneto at the end for a bit. So like her character arc did make the most sense and was very in line with her as a character. I did like it. So Rogue is a very, very good character. I actually enjoyed their arc a lot. It's very cool, and seeing her like become the anti, or not. I mean, maybe she's always been the anti. I've not watched the animated series yet. We will cover the animated series because we covered this, but we will. We will cover that, but like I was going to say, we haven't like her being an anti-hero. I think that probably was mentioned sometime, like in the animated series. But since that was like an animated series, they couldn't really get away with that. And seeing her sort of become the anti-hero, like she's usually like seen as, very cool. So yeah, I did like the Rogue here. Character that I think is very much a fan favorite is Gambit. Moving on to him. So Gambit is like amazing. He's one of my favorite characters till he fucking dies. But Gambit is a very enjoyable character, and sure, he doesn't have a character arc, but he does have a cool personality, and that definitely does carry him a lot. And his death does affect Rogue.
Je pense qu'il l'a plutôt bien géré. Gambit est l'un de mes meilleurs personnages. Tu n'entends pas. Gambit est un de los meilleurs personnages. Très bon
The
les
French
amis.
bit is done, bro.
Très
The,
bon.
the French bit is done. It's done. The French bit. You don't have to do the French bit. I know. I know that. Wait, hold on. I have to check. Louisiana, right? Cajun. Is Cajun like is descended from French? Or am I being stupid? Roman Catholic French Canadians. That is very specific. Can you speak? Can you speak French? Canadian French?
Non, j'ai parlé français de France. N'est pas vous parler français de Canadien.
Okay, then you can't be. You can't do a joke. Can you do a Cajun accent? No, it's cultural appropriation.
J'aime l'appropriation culturelle. J'aime l'appropriation culturelle. Trop aime l'appropriation culturelle.
English?
Tu
What the fuck are
n'entends
you
pas.
talking about?
I love
Anyways,
cultural
Gavin.
appropriation.
I know you said that I was the cultural appropriation. But I'm not, and that's not what I am, viewers. Definitely not. So Gambit, very cool character. I did like him a lot in the show before he fucking died, and he did contribute a lot more after that. He's just great. Yeah, I know. So let's talk about some other characters. So Wolverine, Morph, Beast, they're there and they do converse with the characters, but they're mostly just that. They're mostly there to converse with the characters. They don't really do much aside from that. So yeah, just saying that, and let's move on to the good stuff. The villains. Mag. Oh yeah, no way. I Professor X. Yeah, no, Professor X does have a lot of stuff. Okay, I like the Professor stuff was kind of goofy with him going to space and being recovered there, and he does recover, and he has to come back. That's all there. And him being sort of like him having that grief for leaving his X-Men, and the world's kind of going to kind of fucking over. It's all very cool to see Professor X, him having like him being much more than what he usually portrayed as an old fucking man. Pancakes, what do you think about Professor X here in this series?
I don't know. To me, at least, the Professor X character is getting a bit repetitive. That's just me.
Brother, I just think I feel like they took him in a very interesting direction, and they could have taken him in a much interesting direction if they want what I'm gonna talk about in like fucking 20 minutes. But I feel like Professor X was handled very well in this. It wasn't repetitive. Sure, it was kind of at the start. Oh yeah, at the start, sure, it was very repetitive. Oh, Professor X is dead, and then he wasn't, and it's like, oh well, and then they took him in a direction that I feel like they should have taken him. So let's talk about part of that direction. Our villain's Magneto. Now, this Magneto is the best character in the series, hands down. Magneto, I love what they have Magneto. He starts off, trying to see the appeal of Professor X's ways of being of working with humans, of being cooperative, of not doing his way, and then he is proven wrong. Like he in his mind, he's proven wrong when Genosha's attacked, which I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure they ever explained Genosha. I think they did. They do. It was Sentinel's attack. Yeah, no, and then I was like, oh, that was Bastion. Pretty sure. Maybe, yeah. But Magneto, fucking hell, Magneto. Him. Sort of just him in his mind being proven like, well, this shit's not gonna work. Let's fuck up the planet. Magneto proved himself as one of like the most terrifying villains because he's not just I lift metal. I'm going to crush your balls by the iron in them. You know, like that. Instead, he is like I can end the Earth. I can end the fucking planet in a heartbeat. That's cool. I love that with like, his power is not just I lift metal. It's more like I am the I can stop life on Earth if I wanted to. I can stop the I can. If you see your orbit, I can stop it. That's cool. In his mind, proven right that that Professor X doesn't work, and what he was fighting for is the right thing. It is the only way that mutants can be accepted in society. Him fighting for it, him going back on it, and being more ruthless than ever is very, very cool. What do you think, Pancakes?
I think Magneto, like always, is a really great character, and they actually did a great job in. Oh my god, forgot the words. Yeah, they really did a great job in characterizing what a good Magneto is. Something not every X-Men character has done in every single piece of media. For example, I think they could have handled the Professor X character in Multiverse of Madness better, but even then, he was still a relatively great character in this source material, as is Magneto. Magneto, as you said, is one of, if not the best character in the series for me, and yeah, they did really good in fleshing him out and making him stand out above the rest. Kind of like how it fits his personality, actually. But yeah.
And I feel like he's sort of like we understand where he comes from, but we cannot like support him. You know, like we can sympathize, but we can't like get behind him. He's not fucking Thanos' right. You know, because Thanos isn't right. You know, we shouldn't fucking sure we should. If resources are scarce, we should do something about it, but we shouldn't fucking kill half the people for it, you know? That's not how it works. And in here, like, yeah, you want to change, you want to be accepted, but you shouldn't fucking kill people over it. And we get that you're mad, and we can see why you're mad, but, you know, like, maybe don't kill people. Yeah, Magneto is a great villain, which, to be honest, we're kind of moving into I think the weakest villain of the series, Mr. Sinister. Now, Mr. Sinister does set up the series a lot. You know, he's the one that made Madeline and did set up Cable and did set up all that stuff that happens later. Like, that was Mr. Sinister setting the groundwork for the next villain, which I will talk about later. But, you know, Mr. Sinister is the weakest villain of in here. He's just not really. He does a lot. He does do stuff, but isn't. But he's only like a lackey of Bastion. I'm not gonna say Goon because for some reason Goon has taken another meaning recently.
I'm gonna Goon you.
What? Actually, don't repeat it. Save it. What do you think about Mr. Sinister, Pancakes?
I think he's very sinister.
I don't think he was very sinister. I didn't know how to feel wise. Like, how about his voice? It sounded robotic. Anyways, talk about robots. Bastion. Now, Bastion is an interesting villain, just to say the least. I just say that I just have a lot of characters, but he's interesting. He could have been. He was definitely he was granted a path, and he didn't take it. and now he's mad, and now he wants to prove the fact that that's been like can't coexist, and or the fact that there can be no equality, and he's going to he's gonna fucking kill everybody because he's gonna kill every mutant because why not? Just to prove a point. I feel like he's like, I guess by definition the midpoint of the villains here. I feel like Bastion we could have seen some stuff with Bastion, and I did like some stuff, but I like the fact that Bastion like has ways out, but he just doesn't take them because he is so committed to his mission that he just doesn't take it. He has so much hatred that he's like, fuck you guys, I'm not even doing this shit. But yeah, no, Bastion is great. I feel. What do you feel about Bastion, Pancakes?
I'll say that he is original, in my opinion. He is, compared to the other villains, that's a characteristic that makes him stand out aside from the others, because it gives him actual personality and not the generic trope of just saying, "Oh, look at me, I'm gonna foil the X-Men's plans." Like, yeah, you get it.
Yeah, he does have like an actual like motivation aside from just being fucking evil. Yeah, I do like that a lot, and sure, it is set up well. I feel like Bastion is a character that I feel like it wasn't well known until this series, and this series is very much very much on people's radars, especially after like how good it is, word of mouth and stuff. But let's move on to the plot of the series. So I feel 10 episodes is still it is the longest Marvel Studios series, but fucking hell, come on, really? Like 10 episodes? It's long by episode standards, but you compare it to how long the episodes of like She-Hulk were. Actually, no, wait, no, they were like 20-minute episodes. What I'm talking about. And maybe it's the longest. I don't know. But like She-Hulk, it's a live action series. Like they had more time to do stuff, and it definitely felt that way. WandaVision had longer episodes. I feel like there's not a what if. Definitely not. No, that's not as long as this. But 10 episodes, and they did very well on it. I feel like sure there's something that I did feel they kind of rushed, especially the Goblin Queen stuff. But it they had multiple plot lines here and there with the life death stuff with I didn't even touch upon Storm. I just realized I didn't talk about Storm. Storm, there's always Storm here. Storm has an interesting character arc that she goes through, where she uses her powers, and that's cool. And I did like the fact that she isn't that they used the fact that she isn't just a mutant. She is a goddess. She is a goddess. She's actually descended, not descended, but she has the power of a goddess. So it's just kind of like put through by her X gene. But they used that, and that was very cool to see. And her earning not earning her powers, getting back her powers, and going through that. That's very cool. And the Madeline stuff, and then the Bastion stuff, which happens at the end of the series and all that. That's all very cool. And it's always very cool to see how they weave stuff from the comics into series. So seeing a bunch of characters sort of drop in and drop out, It's all it makes sense and very cool, and it all weaves together very nicely. Speaking of weaving together very nice, first off, what do you think about the plot of the show in general? Like, do you think it feels nice to like it doesn't feel like it's rushed and everything? Like it transitions nicely.
I don't know. To me, it's good. It's not unique from any other series like it. I feel like I could be biased given that I still see this X-Men continuation of the original from '97. I still see it as like a continuation of that same aesthetic. And given the aesthetic of before was, as you said, Saturday morning cartoon, then I feel like by going off that aesthetic and going more into a mature type, then yeah, it's definitely something. It's good, but I don't know how to take it.
I feel like that
It's
was okay. Thing is, man, is I feel like that was necessary, almost. Mainly because those people that watched the X-Men animated series back in the '90s, they're not kids anymore. People who subscribe to Disney Plus, you know, kids, sadly, don't know what the X-Men is. It's as simple as that. Kids don't know what the X-Men is, what the X-Men are, what the X-Men franchise is. You're sure you can go up to a kid and ask them, and like they can point out Wolverine in like a character like a crowd, but I mean, what? How many do you expect to know who the fuck Cyclops is? Or Gambit? Kids don't know who the X-Men are because the MCU doesn't have the X-Men. It's simple as that. Kids don't know who the X-Men are because in anything, really, like, think about it. Like, actually, how many times do you see the X-Men in animated show? Aside from this one, how many times have you seen the X-Men in like animated shows or in games or something? Like, it's not common, Like, you don't see the X-Men a lot. So everyone who enjoys the X-Men are either, like they're in the teen category who watches, who like hardcore fans of Marvel who can look stuff up and have their own opinions, or adults who know the X-Men because they watched the old X-Men movies. Not the old ones, not the old X-Men movies, but the X-Men movies that came out in the 2000s, and I guess you could say they're the old X-Men movies, because there's gonna be new X-Men movies coming out for the MCU specifically. So the Fox and X-Men movies, like they grew up with those and watched those, or they grew up with the series. With this series, or they read the comic, those are adult fans, and this series is accommodating for the fact that Marvel knows that the kids don't know about the X-Men. So, yes, you could say that this series introduces kids to the X-Men. This is a lot more mature than that, and it's a comedy for that. This is technically just a PG-13 X-Men. Like, it's PG-13 how PG-13 should be. Because I think a lot of people don't understand that PG-13 is that kids under 13 shouldn't be watching this. That's what a PG-13 movie is. It isn't like, oh, take your 5-year-old. It's like, well, you can, but it's not recommended to.
I wonder how they felt when they went in to watch Eternals and they saw that
I
scene.
can tell you right now, no kids went to watch Eternals because they fell asleep. They didn't watch it. They slept through it. I will continue to hate Eternals through all of my goddamn life. if they make a sequel to Eternals, I will go see it. And I will go shit on it because I'm just that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
I am the Eternals #1 hater. There are movies worse than Eternals, but I'm still the #1 Eternals hater. I will never get any okay. Aside from the CGI, and how they do animations and all, how they do like action and all that shit. I will not hear anyone else in this movie. No one, genuinely no one. I will not hear a single person in this movie for this movie. Never. You can tell me. You can ask me. Oh, who is your favorite character in the Eternals? And I will say, Harisham, the judge, because he's the one who like decides to take away half the Eternals and fuck them off into space. Or just because it's David Kaye who voices him. David Kaye's awesome, but like. You will never see me say, what's your favorite part about Eternals? Like, oh, I loved Druig. I adored Druig. He was the best. No. I loved Gilgamesh, who died fucking instantly. I loved I love Fastos so much. He was so cool, and his Le Bomb killed people. I hate Eternals. Pancakes. In the United States, there are still stores of Eternals merch in it. Eternals came out almost 3 years ago. Anyways, the plot of the show, I was gonna say, like, it also brings in a lot of characters that you don't see a lot in these type of shows. Like you saw like Spider-Man in here, Captain America sometimes like showed up and actually talked. Iron Man was here. We saw Silver Samurai. We saw Red Omega, and he was just kind of there. Red Omega was just kind of there. Daredevil, Cloak and Dagger. It was very, very weird seeing Cloak and Dagger being recognized. They were all there, and that was all very cool. See those characters in, and they didn't they was just short cameos, and that's all you really needed. I feel like they could have done some stuff with Red Omega, especially since he woke up. But yeah, or I think it's Omega Red. I think his name is Omega Red, not Red Omega. I think it's Omega Red. That sounds a lot better. But Omega Red, they could have done more stuff with that character. But I don't know. Just I might be picky because I remember Omega Red as the guy from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, or I think in one of the Marvel vs. Capcom games. But yeah, no. Seeing all those characters come in here, that's very cool. But yeah, no, I did enjoy what they did with the series. But that's about it for the series. Let's talk about the future. So now we see that the X-Men are separated throughout time, and I don't know what comic event this is, but it looks like one, definitely. We're gonna see Apocalypse be in the next one. That's all very cool. Maybe see Apocalypse done right. Because have you seen any of the X-Men Fox movies after post 2010?
Yeah, I saw X-Men Apocalypse.
Did you like it?
Dude, I don't know. I was 10. I had no criteria for movies. As long as they had action, I liked them.
Fair enough. Not the fact that you like that the action, if you like them, it's just the fact you were 10 years old. Fair enough.
Yeah.
people didn't like Apocalypse in that movie because he was just kind of not done well. We're gonna have to probably review that at some point. Uh, but yeah, no, so the future seems like we're gonna see a lot of characters with a lot of different storylines. I hope that season 2 is longer. It seems like it will be longer since characters are separated sometime. It seems here, and it seems like hopefully since they set this up in the show, but we might see Onslaught, which Onslaught is a character very interesting. So this is a character that is Professor X's or Charlotte Xavier's like mind is corrupted by like Magneto's memories. I think it's something like that. Like when they mind merge here. So we could see that happen. Maybe we could see the Onslaught happen here. I don't know if they will do that, but that'll be very cool if they do. So yeah, no. What do you hope for the future of the X-Men 97?
I think that they could look at the performances. I mean how the reception of the series and the public eye, which so far has been one of the best for any Marvel product since at least Guardians 3. And yeah, overall, you're gonna look at that and say, hey, let's make more seasons. Inevitably, we're gonna get more seasons. That's what I think. There's just too much potential to be unveiled here. And given all that, yeah, they're gonna make new seasons.
We already got confirmed season 2 and season 3, and they're saying there's gonna be multiple seasons out after that. So we might see 4, 5, 6. I think 6 is too much, but hey, we'll cover them until this podcast is over, because I feel like X-Men 97 will definitely continue after us. But yeah, that's about it. So let's put X-Men 97 on the tier list. So for me, I love this series a lot. The pros vastly outweigh the cons. So X-Men 97 joins for the first time in 2 years. Let that sink in. This is the first S tier on anything in 2 years of Media Fair. Sure, I didn't put S tiers for I haven't. We only started with this like ranking it recently, but I still have not put in Marvel. I still have not put an S tier in 2 years. That's how you know it's been downhill.
Damn.
So X-Men 97 season 1 goes in the S tier. So Pancakes, where do you put X-Men 97 season 1?
I don't know a lot about X-Men as a whole to put it in S tier. Might rewatch X-Men 97 in the future when I've watched all of the original 97 version of X-Men. But yeah, it was a pretty good series. I liked where they went with certain characters, so I'd say a B tier for now.
Okay, I think you're in the minority. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? Wait, hold on. I see what. Wait, what? How? Pancakes. Look at me in my eyes. Look at me look at the profile image of mine, right? And tell me that you did not fucking put X-Men 97 in the same tier as Thor: Love and Thunder. You're telling me that?
Dude, my tier list is objective. I have She-Hulk in S tier. What the fuck are you on?
That one's a joke, but like... but
you think I was joking? She-Hulk is the greatest show of all time. It deserves to be in S tier.
Okay, fine. Pancakes. It's... maybe... Okay. That one is... very, very opinionated, but... The other ones are legitimate. Like, there are legitimate rankings. And you're telling me that you would put Captain Marvel, Black Widow, Eternals, Thor: Love and Thunder, and X-Men 97 in the same tier? You would put What If Season 1 over X-Men 97? You would put Thor, the first Thor movie, after Ant-Man? Fucking hell.
Dude, there's things I genuinely didn't understand because I don't know a lot about X-Men as a whole. So, until I rewatch it, it's going in B. I might move it in the future. Calm your fuck down.
I don't know. It's kind
I
of weird.
really enjoyed it. It was a really great series, but I don't understand much about X-Men as a whole to put it in S tier, so it's B for now.
I just feel like you didn't really need to understand anything about X-Men. Like, you just, sure, everything's for the fans, but like, it was definitely like understandable. Aside from that, but whatever, it's fine. It's your stuff. But that's really about it, I think. Yeah. I almost said say your goodbye since we don't do this. What did you guys think about X-Men 97? Leave in the comments below. You're probably not gonna comment because nobody comments. Whatever. If you want, leave in the comments below. For our socials, you can all the DA Entertainment show socials are on our channel page. So go ahead and look for that. For me, Mercury, it's wait, before that, Pancakes, anything to plug? Same things as always, right? Just your YouTube channel, whatever the hell it's called, right? At PNKYX.
I might post more original songs in the future. Keep an eye out for those who are paying attention to the channel. Great things are coming.
Any other socials? Any like Instagrams, Twitters?
Your mother's very attractive.
Okay, whatever. Okay, fine. I'll leave you alone. So for me, Mercury, it's at Mercury SC on YouTube, Wattpad, AO3, and FanFitches.net. You already know this shit. At Mercury SC, S Cheese on Twitter, and Mercury C Cheese on Twitch. So, Pancakes, say your goodbyes.
Your goodbyes. Bye bye.
All right.
Au revoir.
So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.